All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I am Violette de Ayala. I'm the founder of FemCity, and you're joining us for our Monday Motivation Series. This month, we are talking about wealth and money. And when we talk about wealth and money, we also need to talk about believing you're worth it. I have been in this space with working with women, not just with FemCity over the last 12 years, but I also owned a Pilates studio for about 7 years before. So I only worked with women for over 20 years. And I have to say that at the end of the day, if women don't think that they're worth it, there's only so much money they will make. So this is a much needed conversation because you can be doing all the things that you need to be doing. You can be hiring the coaches and reading the books. And at the end of the day, if you yourself don't believe you are worth it, you are only going to get so far with your finances, your wealth, and your money mindset. So I've asked these two beautiful femmes from our global program. They always make me smile. Hannah Wilson, who runs one of our FemCity virtual chapters. And obviously, she's a global member. And of course, we have Julia May Hunt, also part of our global program. I love working with them. They always make me smile and giggle, and they share the most amazing content. So for those that are joining us live, I encourage you to ask questions, enjoy the conversation with us. And if you're watching the replay, because I know so many of you watch it on the weekends, you can always reach out and post questions and tag us if there's anything more that we can do collaboratively and collectively. We want to see more women rise, make more money, live happier lives in balance, and of course, believe that they are worth it, that they really are destined for all of that. So we have Carol Ward, who's already hopping in to say hi. Carol Ward is another FemCity Global member, and she runs our Richmond Hill community. So let's go in alphabetical order. And of course, I have to write down. Can you believe I'm like H-I-J? I had to do that in my head to know that Hannah goes first. In third grade, I was the best alphabetizer assistant my teacher could ever have. You know how the teachers would always pick like a student to help with alphabetized like folders, and that was like my jam. And now look at me, almost 50, and like can't even remember the alphabet. So
I did the same thing when we were getting ready. I was getting ready to hop on. I'm like, who's going first? Oh, it's Hannah. Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so these girls know it's my system to keep organized. We always go alphabetical order so that everyone knows who's going to be next. So Hannah, you help women invest, save, earn more money, grow more money. I'm sure you encounter this quite a bit. What is your advice for women that are really struggling to come to terms with believing that they're worth it? And worth it meaning not only money, but also living a happy life, being in a healthy relationship. What is your advice for those femmes that are really struggling but want to fix it for 2022?
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I think this is such an important topic because I think whether it's in business or relationships or your personal life, just like you said, Violet, I think we've all really experienced this at some point in time and questioning, our worth. And whether it's when you're experiencing abundance and wondering, should I really be the person who's having this abundance, or whether it's you're not experiencing it in some area of life and wondering, am I ever going to be worth this? Is my past carrying with me, things like that. I think we've all been through it at some way, shape, or form, or we all will experience it at some point in our lives. And so, what I would say as far as advice that I would have is surrounding yourself with people who believe that they are worth it is really my number one tip. I rave about FemCity all the time, but FemCity really made a huge difference in my life with surrounding myself with other entrepreneurs when I was struggling with my entrepreneurial journey of, am I worth this? Am I going to be able to be successful? Surrounding myself with really positive people who were also working towards goals that were really similar to mine and wanting to do it in a way that was genuine, the same way that I was wanting to. And so just really looking at the people who you put around yourself, and if they are also kind of giving off the same vibes that you're looking to give off, that would be really my biggest advice.
Yeah, and I love that. And I got goosebumps when you shared that, Hannah. I've been a part of seeing that, and I have loved seeing you blossom. And what is so amazing is that as you see other women move forward, believing that they're worth it, like you said, it also inspires others. So God knows how many women that you don't even know that have been watching your success, who then give themselves permission to say, you know what, I am worth it also. So, we don't realize when we show up in the world and the things that we do when it comes to our success, it inspires other women to also, because we're doing it with joy, we're doing authentically, we're doing it the way that feels good for us. And so it gives other people to say, you know what, I can do it too. So love that.
Yep,
Love that.
absolutely.
All right. And we had some love that came through from Heather, another one of our global members. Great tip. All right, let's go to Julia. Julia, what is your tip for those femmes that are struggling with that aspect of not feeling like they're worth it?
Well, I was going to say the same thing that Hannah said, because that's actually been so pivotal and so important, not only just to surround yourself with those people, but also just to have the examples of people who have that mindset, how they behave, how they think, and just be able to sort of start putting that into practice. So my little side tip that kind of adds into that is then practicing. So sometimes it's just, catching, I think, there's a moment there where I wasn't acting like I believed in myself. How would I act differently? What's a different thought? What would Hannah be thinking? What would Violet be thinking? What would they be saying or doing if they were in this situation? And so being able to surround yourself with examples of people that you spend time with can kind of help give you some examples of how to start practicing the changes.
Yep. I love that. Today I was thinking, I don't even know what made me start thinking about, like, how did I know how to be a good mother, right? I started thinking like this, kind of like going back to what you're saying, like, how do you know to be a good entrepreneur? Or how do you know to be like someone who believes in themselves? And I thought to myself, it's the people around me. Like, I was like, because I knew really good moms, like the moms of my friends. And I love what you shared, Julia, because it's just exactly the same thing. Is that how do you know to be someone who believes in themselves? It's to see other people believe in themselves and then think about, like, what are the thoughts that they're thinking? What are the action steps that they're doing? What would they do in this situation? Because it'll help you to kind of maneuver that conversation in your mind so that maybe you don't know how to get there, but just thinking like, what would she do? Oh, she'd probably do this. It just guides us in that direction. I absolutely love that, because I think we become better humans by watching really good humans show up in the world. We become better entrepreneurs by seeing other women accomplish great success, living the life that we want, right? In balance, happiness, joy, love, authenticity. So I love that. So some more love that came through for us. So true. Observing and learning from each other is so inspiring, from Carol. And then we have Heather, good one, observing your action and practicing good business and belief habits. Love that. I love that's coming from LinkedIn and from Facebook. Yay. That means that the live streaming is working. Awesome. All right. So Hannah, final advice that you have for those women that are struggling. And I would say, if you don't know if you believe that you're worth it, if you kind of want to know, like, am I in this, like, do I need to believe in myself more when it comes to, like, am I worth it? Think about what's holding you back. Think about, like, are you going on a little carousel over and over and over again, not moving forward? Those are sometimes some signs that you're not believing you're worth it. Maybe self-sabotage, like not calling that referral, not following up with people, you're kind of getting in your own way. I think those are like red flags that, it may be that you just don't believe you're worth it, and it's why you're impeding your success. Any advice or final advice that you have, Hannah?
Yeah, for sure. So I read the book this past year, We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rodgers, and I really loved it. I would highly recommend the book. And one of my biggest takeaways from it kind of had to do with showing up as the person that you want to be every single day. And there's a few different ways that you can do that. One of them is, investing in yourself. And so if that's financially something that you're in a position to do, of really taking a look at, what would help me build my business, what would help me become the person that I want to be, and taking that leap, because sometimes we show ourselves that we're worth it by being willing to take that first step and make the commitment of saying, this is a big deal, but I know I will be able to earn this back in my business. Or if you're not in a place that you can do that, you can do things for yourself that are still considered, moving the needle forward or showing up as the person you want to be, that don't have a monetary value. And so one thing I did this summer that I committed to was keeping my car clean, because every single time I got into my car, like when I was thinking about, what is a badass financial advisor? What does their car look like? Like, what do they feel like? And I was like, it's not dirty. It's not messy. Like, that's not the type of person with trash everywhere I want to show up as. Like, that's not going to make me feel good. And so that didn't cost me anything to make sure that I'm keeping my car cleaned and vacuumed and washed. And so just pick something that really helps you feel like the person that you want to be and helps build your confidence, and focus on that.
I love that. I love that. All right, let's go to Julia May. By the way, I love calling you Julia May. Do people call you Julia May, or am I the only one?
There are more people. After I started my business, then more and more people started calling me that, but I like it too. So
yeah, I love it. I've known you for like now 2 years, and I was like, I should ask her and see, but I just love Julia May. I just think it's like so Hollywood. Just that it's just so beautiful.
yeah.
Anyway, your final advice.
So my advice is, as soon as you can, get yourself a great coach, because it's so amazing how they can help you just turn your thoughts. Sometimes it's just so you're almost there. You just need to go this direction just a little bit further, and just kind of help you rewire your thinking and be able to do that consistently. And if being able to work with a coach one-on-one isn't accessible to you yet, there are so many great programs and coaches that maybe they do group coaching, or maybe they've got books that you can get that are inexpensive. But that's also that's been a key to me being able to move past that for myself, is being able to have that consistent support and someone to talk to that's professional, a professional coach, not just trying to make my poor husband help me with my mindset.
I love it. So, all right. So I'm writing down notes. So just as a recap, we shared, be very specific, curate. I'm a huge, I love to curate specific things in my life. Like I love having a curated life. So curate the people around you. If you don't have access to that, you can find them on TED Talk. You can find it on YouTube. Like, surround yourself with people that are going to serve to up level so that you can start believing that you're worth it. By the way, if you can't afford FemCity, we're here for you. If you can't afford, please apply to our scholarship program. Every woman has access to FemCity. So regardless of your finances, I want to make sure that everyone knows that. You can always apply. That's a 100% chance you'll get it, by the way, too. And then we talked about support. So finding that support that's around you as well. I love that you mentioned that, Julia. So whether it is a professional coach, I know not everybody has the funds to do that right now. So if you don't, your friends, just even just one friend, if you can find one friend to at least just help you with that self-limiting belief or with the conversations that you're having so that you can kind of get out of that. In essence, you can't do it alone. You really need to have your support system around you. And it's always around, right? If you're watching this, you're super blessed. You can access YouTube, you can access TED Talks, you can access FemCity, and you can access lots of other people that can give you that, so that eventually it becomes part of who you are, that you truly believe that you are worth it. So that, again, beyond, I think Hannah said that, it's beyond just the money aspect of it. It's believing that you are worth having a beautiful life, whether it's love or family or friends or lifestyle. It's just believing that you deserve it, whatever it may be for you. So I loved this conversation. It was very soulful, very, very purposeful. So thank you so much. So Hannah, how can Fems find you to learn more about the work you're doing in this world?
Yeah, a great place to find me is on my website, www.edwardjones.com/Hannah-Wilson. It'll connect you out to all of my social media, as well as a way to personally reach out to me.
Awesome. And we will tag Hannah also. So for those that are driving and listening to this, you can just go back to this and we'll go ahead and tag her so that you can, makes it a little bit easier to find her with a little button. And then that will direct you to all those links that she mentioned. Julia May, how can Fems find you?
You can come find me on Instagram, Julia May Hunt. It's really simple, and you can find the link to my website or courses or anything that I have available through Instagram. But my website is juliamayphotography.com if you want to go straight there.
Awesome. All right, we had some more love that came through. We have Louisa. another FemCity Global member. This has been a great conversation. And then, of course, Carol, thanks, ladies. Have a wonderful day. You too, Carol. Thanks so much for joining us. And she's also, thanks, ladies. All right. So thank you so much. And for those that have never tried out FemCity, head over to femcity.com. We have a great 30-day trial membership waiting for you. Of course, there is that scholarship program as well. And we wish you a great week. Stay in touch. Let us know how these tips helped you. We can't wait to cheer on your success. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.